here. The second reason we are here to actually celebrate, also appreciate Fred's 42 years of service. Yes. Thanks for coming. Before we start to serve the food, we have just a 5-minute, promise a 5-minute, just a brief ceremony here. Right? So I asked Dave Chudaka his most challenging task for the year, which is summarizing Fred's all the great things for 42 years of work into 3 minutes.
You don't have
So
that
let's see
long.
how Dave come up with.
All right, so I have to use a cheat sheet because there's a lot. But thanks, Tom. I'm really honored, Fred, to be able to do this today.
Thank you.
Big ups.
To Nam, and Steve, and everybody that approved this little party.
Louder.
Really appreciate it, and all Lisa's hard work and everybody else that put together. So, where to begin? So, Fred's 42-year journey actually started even sooner than that. I have a story I have to relate. Maybe some of you who know Fred well know it, but here it goes. In 5th grade, Fred, and that's going way back, next 1969 maybe? Fred's class, English class, or writing class, was asked to write an essay about what they would be doing in the year 2000, which is kind of like key year, back in time. And so Fred always loved electronics and television, even at that early age. And he knew of RCA and Sarnoff. And so what he wrote was that he would be working here in the year 2000, making the next generation of color TV, which, as you guys all know, back in that time was the brand highest TV.
Can't hear you.
Fred achieved that he sort of had in 5th grade, which kind of shows some of his traits of determination and foresight, but just amazing story to me that somebody can predict in 5th grade where they would be.
I got a good grade on the paper.
Anyway, so just had to share that with everyone. So here's a list of some of Fred's accomplishments. There's really a lot, and too many to go into too much detail. I'm just going to read some of these off because I think it deserves to be reminded. And we all do. So, going way back, he worked on the development of a gamma flow blood assay instrument for ER-Smith Pharmaceutical. It was a pulse Doppler flow meter for detection of arterial blood flow. So that was a key early project for Fred. Got involved in DVI and digital video interactive. Fred designed a state-of-the-art animation and editing studio capable of single video field animation edits in 1HC format tape, so again, way back. Many of you know, or you call it the toaster, the virtual reality game. Fred designed analog signal processing to determine pitch and tilt of the head mounted display, as well as video data interfacing. In 1991, Fred was part of the DARPA HRV workstation. So Fred received the Technical Achievement Award for developing a self-contained, high-resolution 1920 by 1080 video digitizer with sync processing, PLA pixel dot generation. Might not mean a lot to some of you, but it's some stuff back then. And I still remember I was at GI, and we had one of these analog HD TVs in our cafeteria back then. So that was like,
Yeah.
anyway, during the period of the DTV Grand Alliance, Fred helped pioneer a number of things. I'm not even going to list them all here, but Harris.
HDTV would not exist without Fred. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, it was involved in so much of what you guys did.
I don't know about that. Where's the norm?
Harris Studio DTV is the decoder, the Funai DTV set-top box. Funai being like making a third of the TVs in the world. They're like behind every TV you buy from Walmart and back in the day. The Grand Alliance, all that. I'm going to do it faster because I'm probably taking too long. Fred was group leader at the Small Instrument Center for a few years. Later, he worked at Delsis on a pharmaceutical while developing the high voltage powder charge control for powder coating. He was a key contributor, or one of the key contributors of the spray voltage detector, which was built for Con Ed. And we still ship and sell those today. And if you don't know what it does, they put them on the pickup truck back, and they can drive through the streets and find hot wires, electrical wires in the city.
Hot surface plates, like manhole covers and sidewalk rates in New York City is like famous for this.
And now they use this around the world. In fact, they're starting to go to Canada, Europe, I believe. So that business still is strong. Fred worked on ad hoc network and communication systems. He worked on the Iris on the Move project, too many to count, but that resulted in the Princeton identity spin-out that you guys all know about. And then recently supporting CBT and ATSD in a lot of projects, working on the wave glider projects with the team for those projects, and even helping the Princeton site machinery and other things. Our radios that the guards use, Fred helped pick out that system. So he gets involved in so much around the site, which is what we together today. He received a number of awards. I'm not even going to go through them all, but there's 5 or 6 years. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to say at the end here is, I really enjoyed working with Fred in these last 10 years of my career. I enjoyed all our conversations. I've learned a lot from him. He has such a breadth of experience. Definitely be missed. And so, on behalf of SRI management, your SRI family, and everyone here, congratulations.
Thank you. Wow.
The president.
As a token of thanks and remembrance, so aside from your picture on the cake.
It ain't enough.
Show it to everybody.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Take it out.
Break it.
I won't break it.
Fingerprints, I want it, no fingerprints.
Nice. That's good. Do you like it?
I love it.
Did you order it? Good job, Lisa.
So, Fred,
Wow.
where are we going to go now if we have a question about the electronics? There's nobody else who can answer the question?
Discuss it over pizza.
I don't.
They're open and cold.
Mom has been gently leaning on me to agree to consult.
Oh, no.
Said I need a month to rest.
Change your cell phone number.
Wow, I can't. People all know me? Really?
Don't talk yet.
I'm
Hi, I'm Joe Madden. I've been his technician for about 20 years. This was ILM. We did the walkthrough system that you guys see when you look at the pictures in the hallway as you come down through the glass corridors. And this was called Jiffy Cab. And boy, did we fight. We fought hard. And then we developed this, and it was for horse recognitions. So you could look at their retina and have the horses registered. And then we shrunk it down to this. and Ray Kolchinsky was the program manager. And he took this to Las Vegas for the electronics show. And he just sat there and had this on a tripod, and he would just look at it and go like that, and he'd look at it and go like that, and he'd look at it and go like that, and Fred and I took everything down. So we went from these three serious things. And by the way, the walkthrough system was huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of-
So all I can say is, what a pleasure it was to work with this man for 20 years.
I don't know what to say. This is pretty amazing. It's been a great run. It's been a great career. I did exactly what I wanted to do, which was touch as much different stuff as I could. And very rewarding. So, I hope some of the younger guys get to do that. Get fun with it. Unless that's what you want. I never wanted that. I wanted to learn as much as I could. And back in the RCA days, there was 100% support for that. They wanted you to be as broad as you could possibly be. Because, in my mind, the more experience you have, you bring all that experience to bear on every single problem you solve, regardless of what it is. And you don't even know that you're doing it. So, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
There's also a card on the table where the sugars and stirs are. I forgot a pen, if anybody wants to leave one there. So we can also do the card.
Thanks, Lisa.
That's it.
Pizza.
The pizzas are all laid